Fish farming is a lucrative business. It requires capital intensive. To run a big fishery business, you can start a fish farming at a small scale level. Emphasizing in small scale will be our focus. Fish farming gives an advantage to start the farming business in your backyard or use available small land to do fish farming on a small scale. Young integrated agric entrepreneur running small-scale fish farming at the back of their apartment in Lagos. This encourage you to emulate.
Fishery is very, very large. And if you are just a startup, I usually advise that you pick a particular value chain that you will major in before you say you want to go all out to fully get yourself involved in the production of fish. So apart from doing the production of fish, I also do processing. And I think when I was coming into into fish itself, the value chain of fish, I ensured that I created a niche for myself in all of the value chain. So I started from processing, and I realized that as at the time I started with just about, I think about 20,000 naira. I started with about 20,000 naira. Then I realized that it is an 100% thing. If you invest 100,000 naira, you get 100,000, an additional 100,000 as profit. That was when I started. Then you also agree with me that things are becoming very good in the country now, that such that a lot of things has gone up. Cost of production has also gone up. So where we even got the raw materials from are usually scarce, and then it's also very expensive at the moment. So I would say that before you can say you want to go into the business of fish, you have to be determined, because fish in its own self requires a lot of patience. If you don't have patience, somebody like me, I grew up not having patience. I just want to have everything in the twinkling of an eye. But I can say that agriculture, especially raising of fish, has taught me a lot of patience. So it requires a lot of patience. It requires consistency, because it's when you are consistent that you improve on your skills and all.
Fish farming business, we have different aspects that we break down. We call it people that specialize in hatchery. So those are the people that take the female fish and the male fish to reproduce, to breed it, to have the baby fish, and to sell to people that we call grow out specialists. Those are the ones that go and look for the source for the seedlings, which is the fingerlings, the juvenile, and they raise it and grow it to table size. So that's the stage of the consumption, and they sell it to the consumer, whether fresh, or they sell it to the people that are also we call processor. Those are the ones we call value addition. They add value to the live fish, because after, whether they rear the fish by themselves or they go to the farm and buy the fish, they process it, put spice, do it in filleting way in different aspects, and package it, sell it in the supermarket. For those who want to travel abroad in diaspora, they export whether by sea or by air. We have different species of fish that we have in Nigeria. There are freshwater fish that we can rear. We have tilapia. I have it. This is just the backyard farming. We have the catfish, as a freshwater fish. We have tilapia. We have pangasius. We have Brahma. We have common carp. So those are the freshwater. We have gymnacus that one can rear. So those are the fish that they are common, that we can rear, that the freshwater fish is friendly.
For more videos, subscribe, like, comment, and click on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you get notified. Think of a business to run before retiring, or a working class seeking additional source of income. A fish farming business is a good choice for you. It has a chain of job opportunities awaiting you.
Processing of fish, it requires you having a smoking kiln or access to where you can be able to rent a smoking kiln. Even if you don't have a smoking kiln at the moment, you can rent or you can ask somebody to do for you on your behalf. You will need a smoking cane. You will need a very clean environment to be able to process your fish. Of course, I make use of charcoal, but there are some smoking cane that make use of gas, electricity. Although I still feel that they are not cost effective. Charcoal is still the best way. And then there's this charcoal flavor that usually comes with the fish at the end of the day. And that's why people in diaspora always come back home to say they want to buy. That's the difference between our own fish here and their fish over there. So as somebody who is going into processing, I would say that these are the things that you require. At some point, when we started the production of smoked fish, I realized that where we get our melange from is becoming very scarce. So we decided to improvise to have not just more than a tank where we can also raise fish by ourselves. And at the end of the day, I don't sell fresh fish. Anything I raise here is just for the purpose of raising it to the level where I can be able to process and sell. Okay, maybe I should mention that I am an integrated farmer. If you see chicken in this compound, it means that I want to smoke it. That's why I'm raising it. I'm not raising it to sell it as fresh. Everything I raise here, the rabbits, I also raise it to kill, smoke, and sell. So I don't sell fresh. Likewise, the fish also.
If you want to be a archer, you can have a vat, like maybe 3 or 4, it depends on the different capacity. So, you know, we have different form. We have the one they sell for 25,000. We have the one that they sell for 100,000. So it's what you have that will determine the one you go for. And you go and get the parent store, you get the feed. If you have 100,000 naira, you can start with that. For process, grow out, if you want to grow fish, you can start with, a little as well. Get 2 tanks that can accommodate like 200 pieces of fish or 300, depending on the capital. Start with that, grow it. When you grow 200, you grow 100, you see what you have. You step up to 500, you step up to 1,000. That is how the business started. If you want to be a processor, it's not compulsory you have the equipment to start with. You can have your money, you can have 50,000 naira, you can have 100,000 naira, buy the fresh fish, take it to the processor. The people that have the machine, let them process for you. You are part of the business. You are, you are off-taker and you are also a marketer. So the more financial muscle you have, that's the more you can invest and make more profit.
Fishery gives the advantage of nurturing fish depending on your financial capacity. You can start with small capital and yield a high profit on investment.
In 2024, as we speak, the cost of everything is up and high, but I still say that agriculture has positioned itself in such a way that you can start as low as your pocket size is. Although I started in 2018 with 20,000 naira, but as of today, if you add an additional 20,000 naira to that 20,000, it gives you 40,000. And I am sure that it probably will not be able to even buy you a 25 kg of fish as we speak. So maybe the minimum you can require to start the processing of fish as we speak is probably a 50,000 naira. Should still be able to get you on a good platform to start running, and from there you can grow gradually.
Business is capital intensive because to start the business you have to prepare, plan. It's not when I say capital intensive, for those who will be watching the program should not get carried away or get scared of, oh, somebody is talking about the fish is capital intensive. Agree, true, but that does not mean that someone like a youth or a school sat holder, somebody that finished secondary school sat, or a graduate that want to go into the business could not start. You can start with the little amount you have. The more of your investment, the more profit you are. So don't be carried away by saying it's capital intensive. Agreed, but you can start with the little you have.
Fish farming is a lucrative business you can invest in and yield huge profit in return. It has the advantage of a chain of job opportunities. Consider investing in fish farming